Counselors serve our students in so many ways, I would have to say. In fact, it's comprehensive. When we think about counselors, especially on the elementary level, you can imagine the needs of students, a lot of the needs being social and emotional. And yes, that's what counselors do, but that's only one job of what counselors do.
There's so many. The biggest one that comes to mind is academic support through collaboration with teachers and with helping them pick their classes and with their studies, but also they do a great job of helping students with social and emotional learning and support in those areas and making sure that kids have everything they need. Our counselors do a wonderful job of college and career planning, even from the elementary grades, and just being an integral part of the educational team at all of our schools.
They are really true hope givers. Whether they're working with students on an academic learning goal or a social emotional learning goal, they might be helping them to meet a physical need in their home. They are what I would consider true servant leaders.
The role of the school counselor will be to be an advocate for our students, to teach them all the skills that we can to help them become a better student on the road to success.
We wear a lot of different hats. Obviously there's our guidance lessons that we do, which is probably what I try to focus the most on. We handle it if there's a crisis going on or if a student needs somebody to talk to. We handle a lot of teacher collaboration and consultations with the teachers if there's behaviors or certain circumstances that they're not quite sure how to handle.
We're like the ultimate middleman. We're the go-between families and kids, kids and their teachers, teachers and principals, just really anyone in the school. We end up having we do a lot of facilitating or connecting.
One moment where I knew I made an impact on a student's life is I was teaching a lesson in 5th grade about school rules, about who is your hero, who is someone that you admire, and the next day a kiddo drew me in with a cape as a superhero, and it was the most touching thing, and I hung it up on my computer, and every single day, even if I feel down, I know that there's at least one kid who sees me as a superhero.
I got a call that she was refusing to do her work and was saying some really mean things to her teacher. So I went down, she met me at the door, she wouldn't look at me, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And she was like, "I'm just angry." I said, "Well, can you tell me how your heart feels?" And she was like, "My heart, it doesn't care. It just doesn't care. I'm just angry." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Sometimes when we get to that point, we need somebody whose heart does still care, and we can let them take some from that person's heart and give it to your heart." I said, "So this is what I would like to do. My heart cares today. Can my heart share with yours?" And she was like, "Yes, that's fine." And I said, "Well, the way that happens is my heart has to talk to your heart. So that means that I have to hug you for at least 30 seconds, maybe even a minute. Are you okay with that?" And she was like, "Yes, I'm fine." So she hugged me, I knelt down, she hugged me, at about 10 seconds in, she starts rocking back and forth. So we rocked the whole time. It was probably about 45 seconds in, I said, "Okay, how does your heart feel now?" And she said, "It cares."
Every year I do a lesson on the protect yourself rules. This lesson really connected with one of the students because as I was leaving the classroom, she handed me a folded up piece of paper. And when I got back to my office, I opened it and I realized it was a heartfelt letter, just her sharing how she felt in life, that she felt unseen and mistreated by some of the people in her life. But hearing my story in the lesson and just kind of the boundaries that I set made her have hope for the future. And in that moment, I thought, wow, what I'm doing is making a difference.
What would our schools look like without a counselor?
In short, a disaster. Counselors are so vital to a school's ecosystem. Without high quality counselors, you would have decreased student achievement, you would have decreased engagement, you would have a much harder job for teachers and administrators. It would not be good for our schools, it wouldn't be good for the health of our community or our educational family.
I don't even want to imagine what a school would look like without a school counselor. He's a key player. He's integral in everything that we do here.
I love Union. We have great students, but here at the 6th and 7th grade center, we have the best faculty. Our staff is just awesome. We have great teachers, but we could not ask for any better admin, and I have a great group of counselors to work with.
We serve such a wide population, and it basically just keeps me on my toes every day of different situations, different personalities, different cultures, and it's wonderful. I'm thrilled and honored to have the opportunity to be a school counselor at Union.
I love that Union Public Schools really understands the role of the school counselor and just how pivotal it is in shaping the educational journey of every student.
There's a culture here, I suppose, of really putting the kid first. We want to support students however we can, and any new program, anything that comes into the school, we're looking at it through a lens of like, how does this affect the student? Is this best for the student?
Every student deserves a school counselor because they deserve someone who is going to sit with them where they're at in those emotions and help them process that. Our counselors are that safe place, that non-judgment zone for them.
They are somebody that can give them hope, and give them a pathway, and give them a better tomorrow than they have today. They're an advocate for them. They're going to stand in the gap for them. They're going to help them navigate issues through life and navigate hard conversations with parents or with friends, and just prepare them for life in general.
They are worthy. They need that person that can provide direction without judgment. And I feel like that's somebody that everyone needs in their life, but especially our students as they're learning to navigate the world.
All students deserve a school counselor for the same reason that we're in this job. Every single student needs to have at least one person who's going to be there for them, regardless of the situation, regardless of their actions. And having a school counselor, having a safe person who's going to be unbiased, who's going to be in your corner no matter what decision you make, is an important aspect to humanity.